Welcome to AirPlay. I'm Coni Koepfinger, and that was the beautiful music of Joe Eisen. Tonight's show is one of my first. It's called Sideshow. Christy, can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see tonight?
Absolutely. First, I'm going to introduce our actors and tell you a little bit about them. We have Christopher John Grella, and he's happy to be involved in such a unique play. Past projects have included The Winter's Tale, 4x2, Change the Night Owl, Midsummer Night's Dream, Psycho Beach Party, Lady Macbeth, Emma, Unmatched, The Masque of the Red Death, and Pride and Prejudice. Next, we have Jessica Lauren Fisher. She is a founding member and the casting director for Eclectic Full Contact Theater. She has performed throughout the Chicago and Indiana area in theater, musicals, and opera, playing everything from mice to men. Favorite roles include Lucy in Jekyll and Hyde, Adele in Die Fledermaus, and Sarah Daniels in Spinning into Butter. She has been a teaching artist for over 10 years and has directed and choreographed shows for people of all ages. She is ever grateful to her family and her partner in everything, Andrew. Love you, Mom. Christopher Wayland is originally from Baltimore, Maryland, and currently works and resides in the Chicago area. There, he has worked at Porchlight Music Theater, Marriott Theater, 16th Street Theater, Raven Theater, Stage Left Theater, First Folio Theater, Oak Park Festival Theater, Griffin Theater, Teatro Vista, Haven, and Lifeline Theater. Regionally, he has worked at Theater Works, Spotlighters Theater, Fells Point Corner Theater, and Baltimore Shakespeare Factory. His television credits include Next on Fox, Chicago Med on NBC, and APB on Fox. Christopher received an MFA in acting from the theater school at DePaul University, is a proud member of SAG-AFTRA, and is represented by Grey Talent Group. Next, we have Jane Vincent, and she's very happy to be a part of this wonderful production. Jane has performed on stages throughout Chicagoland for many years. She is also known as a writer, having written a young adult novel, a stage play, and 2 screenplays which are in pre-production, and as a producer. Joshua Stewart, a former student at Columbia College Chicago, has been looking for an opportunity to get back into theater after a long hiatus. Much Ado About Nothing, with the Actors Equity of Columbus, Your Good Man Charlie Brown, and Into the Woods are some of his credits. Kaylee Osterman is the resident stage manager with Eclectic Full Contact Theater. Her recent credits include Charlie's Aunt, stage manager, St. Sebastian's Players, Richard III, stage manager and costume designer, and Proof, costume designer, Madcap Productions. She is also a voice actor on the podcast Throwing Shade. She has a BA from Huntington University. Andrew Pond moved to Chicago in 2002 from South Florida, where he had studied with the likes of Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, Jose Quintero, and Charles Nelson Riley. While there, he taught and directed at both Interact Summer Camp and the Miami Shores Theater Summer Camp. Since moving to Chicago from the tropics, for the weather, he has worked extensively as an actor, director, and playwright with several children's theaters, is a founder of Eclectic Full Contact Theater in Chicago, teaches drama classes for all ages, is an Elvis impersonator, juggler, magician, balloon artist, plays with puppets, does Muppet voices, performs stand-up comedy, and has a degree in philosophy, so he can use words like epistemology at parties. Other than that, he's completely normal. Thanks to Jessica, his partner in all things. Next, I'd like to give you a brief synopsis of the play you're about to see. When a child has complications, every parent must make a choice. When family drama, self-doubt, and medical and spiritual options seem to collide, will the couple accept advice from someone they know, or a being from another dimension? Koepfinger Sideshow opened in 1996 as a finalist in the Upstairs Theater New Play Contest. It was revived in 2015 in the New York Unfringed Festival. Please join me as we welcome the Chicago cast of Koepfinger Sideshow under the direction of Andrew J. Pond.
Act 1, Scene 1. Time, early morning. Place, modern hospital room. Jim sits slumped over in the chair as the sunlight streams in through the window.
Hey, wait! Hey, you! Stop! Come back with our baby!
Gloria walks in from the bathroom stage left, goes over to Jim and wakes him.
This is not our baby. You give us back our baby. Somebody please help us. It's bleeding all over.
Jim, wake up. You're having a nightmare. Stop it and wake up. It's time.
It's time? What's the matter, Glory? Is it time? Are you in labor?
Jim Dandy, we already had the baby, remember? Andrea Marie Leona. And the nurse just stopped by. She said that she'll be in for feeding any moment now. So go into the bathroom and wash your hands and brush your teeth if you want to hold our precious little sweetie pie.
What? Oh yeah. Isn't that too many names?
We don't want to offend either grandmas, so you said.
My mother was offended when I made her a mother.
Jim, please, don't start anything with your mom today. My parents will be here too, and my mom is not used to arguing, and my dad, he'll walk out. It's been a hard road for us, honey, and I never thought we'd get back on track.
My mom still won't admit what she did to you. She knew what that herb tea was for. Don't let her fool you. I wouldn't let her near the baby if I were you. I still don't trust her.
Jim, please, I asked you to stop. You slept like a baby. And you snored your head off. The nurse came in to see what all the noise was.
It's Leona's fault I snore. Ask Kevin.
Jim.
I mean it. Ask Kevin. She wouldn't let us blow our noses when we were little. She said it's a disgusting habit to acquire.
Honey, don't start. Just try to accept your mother for who she is and try to move on with life.
I'm serious, Gloria. Ask my dad. He'll tell you what she did to us.
Jim, please. This is our life. This is a joyous occasion. We have been trying to have this child for so long now. Don't ruin it.
I know, and I'm sorry. But I have to warn you, the woman is driven by some kind of evil spirit.
Jim.
But what if she really is a witch?
Jim.
I mean it.
Jim, stop.
She's possessed by some kind of sinister force. I really don't want her near the baby. I really mean it.
Jim, now stop it. We're God-fearing, church-going Catholics. We're good people. And I really, truly believe that if you say your prayers, nothing can hurt you.
I remember studying the saints when I was making confirmation. I read all about devils, demons, and disembodied spirits. They torture the ones closest to God. They always went after the newborn babies, and they go after the good people.
Well, you don't have to worry. You're certainly not a saint. This was not the Immaculate Conception.
I'm serious, Gloria. I think that my mother has actually and literally sold her soul in order to amass her fortune. Really, I do. She was never normal. When Dad wanted to take us out, she used to give us laxatives so we'd have diarrhea. Then she'd act so disappointed that we would have to stay home. We didn't ever think to tell my dad the truth. She'd threaten us with a look that could stop Big Ben. Then she would casually pretend to dial the babysitter who was already on the way.
Honey, don't.
She just didn't care for motherhood, she used to say.
Not now, Jim.
Oh, too bad for Kevin. He knows only too well. That poor kid now lives with colitis. He's got to deal with a damn bag attached to his body, all because his witch of a mother wanted all the attention all the time. She'd make him take 2 and 3 doses of the damn stuff. She said it would clean him out. She may have run my dad's entire life, and she may even run him into an early grave, but she's not going to control mine.
She's doing it now. She still has all of the attention.
I'm telling you, we're off to LA as soon as I get that promotion. I don't even want her to see our little girl.
Please, stop, Jim. No good ever comes of such hate. Let it alone. The past is past. Your mother is who she is, and you have to love her. Try to see God in her. Ooh. I'm suddenly sweating like mad. Are you hot?
No, not at all.
I am soaked. I better sit. I'm getting dizzy.
Here, be still and drink some cold water. Oh, my Glory girl. I love you, Glory. You okay?
Better. I'm fine.
I promise. As soon as I get this promotion, we are going to move as far away as possible from that woman. I'll take the LA branch. I promise you with all of my heart. We can even afford to take your parents with us. It will be so good for all of us. No more ghosts, no more storms, no more Hurricane Leona. We'll get away from it all, I promise. It will be good. Glory, honey, I love you so much.
Jim, you're the only one that has the problem. I really don't let her get to me. I see her as a very lonely soul, like everyone else. She just needs to be loved.
I know. You're so wonderful.
I just try to focus on the good things in life. I was taught to count my blessings, of which you, Jim Dandy, count as number one.
You're the best, Glory. You're going to be the best mom on earth.
Just don't give your mom the chance to upset you. You leave yourself wide open, and so she walks right in and steps all over your life. You're a good person. You have a strong will and a very kind spirit. Just look at it this way. Your mom can never beat us at Monopoly if we refuse to play the game. Right?
Right. Okay, I refuse to play the game. You already are the best. The best.
Oh, Jim. Oh, I'm so excited right now. I feel like I could absolutely burst with joy. I won't let anything interfere with our happiness now. Can't believe it finally happened. Our dream has become a reality. Now go wash. The nurse will be in any second, and don't even think that I'll let you slide. You remember what they were saying in prenatal class. Wash hands to minimize the germs until she has a chance to build up immunities.
When we were having troubles at school, I prayed for a miracle to make us happy again. After we got married and we tried to have a baby, I thought, oh, I know how happy this would make my girl. I prayed. I asked God to help us. I told him that I would do anything to make you happy. But now, sharing the miracle of birth with you yesterday, I never, ever dreamed how happy I could be too. It didn't hit me till she came out and peeked those little slimy eyes open at me, squeaking and squirming. I thought to myself, where did she come from? Really? All of a sudden, there's a new life form in the room. Where did the energy that makes her work, where did it come from? Heaven, outer space? Where?
You are so wonderful, Jim Dandy. I love you. I will always love you.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And if that...
Dr. Ford enters.
Would you like me to come back?
Oh, no, Dr. Paul, please come in. You know Gloria.
Yes, of course. Good morning, Dr. Ford. What a surprise.
Well, congratulations to our new parents.
Oh, I bet my mother called you to come in and check on everything. And she wants you to report back, huh? Didn't she?
No, actually, Jim, your mother doesn't even know that I'm here. The chief of staff called me late last night. He thought that I would be the best to talk to you with the circumstances since I know you.
What circumstances?
Oh, Lord. What? Where's the baby?
They wanted me to have you sign these papers before you see her again. You need to make a decision.
Oh, Lord, help us.
What is it, Paul? What's wrong? Is she okay?
It all depends on what you mean by okay. Please, let's all sit down. Jim, sit with Gloria on the bed, please. I heard that you lost a lot of blood last night. You should still be pretty weak.
Okay. Okay.
It seems that Andrea is, in medical terms, a hermaphrodite. That is, she was born with both male and female genitalia.
She's a girl, isn't she?
She appears to be now, at least externally. But many of these children can change, even with the medical procedure. The physiological pressures can alter, and the latent physical characteristics may later surface. There's really no way to predict. We're really just playing with destiny.
What medical procedure?
Well, most people choose to have one of the sex organs removed. It's purely for cosmetic reasons. It's just to prevent the family's embarrassment early on and later for peer pressure. It's really a short operation, and it's usually a fairly simple. We use a laconic method of surgery. It runs about an hour and a half.
It's totally safe?
Well, there's a risk with anything. She'll need an anesthetic, of course.
Jim Dandy, I can't believe that you would even consider this.
Well, honey,
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Gloria,
Dr. Ford, we wouldn't dream of letting you interfere with God's creation.
What?
What is meant to be is meant to be.
Gloria, please, I meant no harm.
We need time to talk.
No, we don't.
It's just knowing the Dandies, I thought that you would want...
Oh, I know.
Honey, please.
Most people...
I know what you thought. We're not most people.
I'll come back and we can...
No, we can't. You just stay here a minute, please, Dr. Ford. Let's just finish what you started. We're all responsible adults. We can make this decision right here and now.
Gloria.
I'd like to think we're just a little bit above this. Look, doctor, I don't know what you believe, and I don't even care if you believe in God. I know he's there, and I know that he sent me this baby. I believe that he does everything, every little thing for a reason. And to take a perfectly healthy child, to take that little newly born life form and think that we have the right to improve God's creation at the risk of losing it? No. That is a sin, doctor. It's the sin of man's inhumanity to man, all in the name of vanity.
Leona enters with balloons, toys, stuffed animals, and huge packages. She is followed by a small entourage of reporters and people with cameras who help her carry all the stuff into the room.
Can't keep me out. I brought the receptionist with the box of Godiva chocolates to get in here. Hey, is there still someone following me?
Mother.
Why, look, it's the Gazette, the Daily, the Times. We should have babies all the time. Publicity like this usually cost me a fortune.
Mother.
Hey, Jim, when I had you, we called the TV station. They filmed me giving birth. Oh, they promised to mention my new casino complex in Jersey. It's going to have the world's first kiddie casino right alongside the adult pool. Talk about perfect timing. Funny how everything ties in, huh? Good, Dr. Paul. Who invited you, you ugly old goat? Great to see you, but don't you dare call me Grandma in public. Gloria, honey, you finally did it for us. Good girl. Never thought it had happened. Now, just where is my cute little granddaughter? Oh, I bet she is cute. Well, if she's a dandy, she's got to be cute. We want a nice, big, clear shot on the front page. How's the caption? Wow, what a dandy. Clever, huh?
Blackout. Scene 2. Time, early summer afternoon, 8.5 years later. Place, Jim Dandy's office. Very futuristic, lush executive-type suite with a magnificent panoramic view high atop New York City. As Jim sits at his immense desk talking on the phone, he appears to be very frustrated and totally distracted.
Could you just hold on for 1 second, honey? Uh-huh, I know. But can you just hang on? I've got to get rid of someone in the outer office. Oh, my mother is out there again. She's driving Janice nuts. And she simply won't leave this time. Just hang on a second.
Jim goes to the door, opens it, and calls out.
Okay, Mother. I know you're here. I can't see you now. I'm on the phone with someone very important at the moment. Goodbye. I'll call you as soon as I get a break.
You've been saying that for 6 months now, Jim.
Why can't she just leave me alone?
Jim, I don't want to interfere with your life, sweetheart. I just came to talk to you about your father. He's in the hospital.
What? When? What's the matter with Dad?
Oh, they think it's his colitis again. They're not 100% sure, though. You can come in now, Dr. Paul. He's not in a conference. He lied. Whoever it is or was can wait.
Wait, Mother, wait, I'm still on that phone.
No, you're not, James. Not anymore.
Just who do you think you are?
Oh, I know who I am. The question is, child, do you know who I am?
Yes, I do. You're the wicked witch of the north, south, east, and west, soon to take over the whole entire solar system.
You had best remember who I am, child.
Stop calling me child. I hate that.
I'm still your mother. Maybe I hate that. Oh, God, life is such a bother these days.
Hi, Jim. Sorry to intrude like this. Your mother asked me to come. Leona, don't like that. It's a city ordinance. The smoke alarm is wired to the local precinct. The police will come.
So what? I'll pay the fine.
There is no fine here. Now it's imprisonment.
So what? I'll give them $500,000 for the policeman's ball.
Policemen don't have balls anymore.
No, my mother has them all.
Jim!
You just came into my office and hung up on my wife.
You said it was important.
We just happen to have something very serious going on with our daughter. Thank you. But you wouldn't care about her now, would you? She's not perfect enough for you. No one is ever perfect enough for you.
Jim, please. Don't incite her like that. You know your mother's temper.
Dr. Paul, what's this about my dad? Is he okay?
Yes, Jim. He's just in for tests.
Why, you liar.
Watch your tongue, son. I might get offended. I came here to talk about money. If you throw me out now, you're also throwing away $9.5 million. And it just happens to be about Andrea. Believe what you want. I do care about her. She likes me. Great view at the top here, Jim. I didn't realize you were so high up. Only trouble about being at the top, they say it can be a nasty fall. You better watch your step, child. It's a long way down.
What do you want from me, Mother?
Dr. Paul thinks that we need to proceed with Andrea's operation. The longer we wait, the more serious the complications could be. The psychological setbacks, the scandal. I mean, Jim, she's a dandy.
There isn't going to be an operation, Mother.
God's sakes, Jim, come to your senses. It's like getting a nose job. It's not serious. We've got to do this before that kid becomes an adolescent. I'm only thinking of Andrea, Jim. Kids are cruel. She'll be mocked and ridiculed. Believe me, I know.
No, you're not really thinking of her. What is it? What's this all about? I see right through you. You can't fool me.
Oh, this is hopeless. Utterly hopeless. I need a sick. I'll pay the fine, whatever.
I've got to go Gloria back.
Oh, I'm sure she's got someone else to talk to besides you. Someone named Heather, maybe?
Jim, do you remember a girl named Heather from school?
Sure, Heather Carter. She was one of Gloria's roommates. She was in journalism, too. Nice girl.
Oh, what would you know about nice girls?
What would you know?
Jim, please don't antagonize her like that. Her blood pressure has been much too high these days, and she has good reason to be upset. Heather came back east here for a family reunion a few months ago, and it seemed that she had quite a long conversation with Gloria.
So,
at some point in their dialogues, your wonderful little wifey let the so-called cat out of the bag, sweetheart. Now, mommy dearest, yours truly, is being blackmailed by this so-called nice girl named Heather.
wait a minute.
It's true, Jim.
This girl, Heather, she called you?
That's correct, son. She followed up with a letter, too.
Well, what did she want?
Well, not to chit-chat. What the hell do you think she wanted, Jim Dandy? What does everyone want from the friggin' Dandy Corporation? They want our blood and our sweat and our tears, my dear. They want every buck they can get, baby. And I'd rather die with it than give it away to those blood-sucking, spineless leeches that pretend to be helping humanity. Foundations. Huh, what a goddamn joke. These friggin' research freaks are ruining the country. Hey, I'm on to it. The nerve of those lazy. They're afraid to work for themselves, so they want to undermine people like me. Well, she won't get me with my pants down. No one does it to Leona Dandy. Not anymore. I mean, I can smell blackmail a mile away. Jim, this is all your fault. You've got to take over like a man of a family and tell your
Cut
wife.
the melodrama, Mother. You're a lousy actor.
You explain it to him, Paul. He doesn't believe me. I'll be in the oyster bar downstairs in the lobby.
Leona exits.
I'm sorry, Dr. Paul. She is... My mother, I mean, we just can't seem to communicate. She gets so bent out of shape over what usually turns out to be nothing.
Actually, Jim, in this case, it is something. I read the letter.
So this girl wants money. A lot of people come to my family for money. That's nothing new.
The girl's already applied for a 901c3 grant, and she's calling it the Andrea Foundation, although she promises to keep your daughter's last name anonymous. Here, read it for yourself. It sounds really innocent and quite humanitarian, but I agree with your mother. I suspect a touch of something underhanded, quite possibly blackmail.
I find it hard to believe. Heather always seems so sincere.
Many people are very earnest and sincere in their causes, Jim. They see that other people have a fortune, and in the blindness of purpose, they look at this as a way to achieve their goals. They no longer relate to the human element that holds possession of that wealth. They no longer see faces or families or the dreams of the aspirations for which these people have worked so hard for all these years. They see no legacy, no future, no generation of family enterprise. They see a bank account. We aren't real people. We are the rich. Whatever that means. I never ever feel rich.
No one ever feels rich.
These were the people in college who used to stay up late talking and partying while we were cramming for exams. They were solving the world's problems at their coffee houses while us peons were just busy writing papers.
I used to hang out in a coffee house. I played acoustic guitar. That's where Gloria and I met.
No, Jim. These are God's chosen people. The musicians, the poets, the artists. They don't have to work. We work for them. They don't have the courage to do the real work in this world. Yet they think that they should be paid for their thinking. They think that their ideals are worthy of our money. They see their proposals as grandiose plans for the sanctification of the human race. They think because of your accumulated assets, you owe a debt to society. And you, Jim Dandy, they think that you should be grateful that they have thought of an honorable way to redeemingly spend your squalid cash. And what's worse is that they feel that they are doing us a great service by sucking us dry. These people have useless degrees in the humanities, and most of them merely got by in school. But now they are the self-proclaimed architects of society who are just deciding how the future should be. They are going to build a better world for us all. That is why the world is collapsing. Jim Dandy, stand up for decency. We can't let these fools run our lives any longer. I'm telling you, there will be nothing left to live for. Nothing sacred.
There are some good causes still left in the world. Not everyone is so corrupt, you know.
I know that. I know that more than most people. I've been trying to build a special wing in this hospital for a project called Rehabilitative Aesthetics for 14 years now. Every year since I became a chief of staff, I've been submitting a proposal to construct a sectional ward. Living quarters for children and or adults that have unacceptable physical defects. We send them out in the world, and the world rejects them. They need therapy, and we need to teach the world how to behave humanely. Oh, sure, we pretend that we want them to mix right in, but that's a big lie. The truth is, my brother's little boy, Jonathan, was the captain of the football team. He would have graduated second in his class. Jonathan had a full scholarship to Villanova just waiting for him. Out of the blue, he had developed a growth. It was a cancerous tumor. He had it removed on the 20th of December. The surgery went very well. He was back home for Christmas. We celebrated. He went back to school with quite the unsightly scar. They had to go into his jawbone. The mastofacial surgeon said that with a little plastic surgery, he would be as good as new, but he had to wait 3 to 4 months for the internal healing to complete. The scar was pretty bad. The kids made fun of him. His friends literally laughed in his face, and his girl broke up with him. He tried to cope. People kept staring at him, and his friends kept on laughing right in his face. Then they just turn away. They just couldn't transcend the less than perfect physical appearance of a human being. Oh, he tried to pretend that it didn't bother him. Then one warm Sunday night in the spring, Jonathan jumped off a roof. They brought him to me, DOA.
I knew him. I met Jonathan at your house a couple of times. He played softball. I can still see his face.
So can I.
I am very sorry. Really, I am. May I keep this? I'd like to show it to Gloria. We need to talk.
Sure.
Doctor, what are the risks, say, if we decide to go ahead with an operation now that Andrea is older? I mean, would it be difficult to remove the penis? It's not that fully developed.
You're talking strictly physical? You mean the actual risk with the surgical procedures?
Well, yes. What do you mean?
That's what I've been wanting to talk to you about. Right now, Andrea has the physical appearance of a little girl, yet her estrogen levels are predominantly male.
So now, what's that mean?
From a physiological standpoint, the rectified choice would be to remove the female genitalia.
Well, what?
She's only 8.5 years old with hypnotherapy and...
But I can't believe that you, especially you.
Jim, please, I know you are upset.
Oh, damn right I'm upset. That's my little girl you're talking about. If you think that for 1 second, I don't know what this is all about. My whichever mother wanted a grandson. Oh, she laughed when Andrea was born. She said, oh, this is great. Not everyone gets to choose. She thought it was a bloody joke.
Your mother was joking. I know she has been known for her wicked tongue, but I assure you that these are medical facts.
I can't help thinking that we are paying for her sins. Our first child might have been completely normal.
That was no one's fault. It was a miscarriage.
Oh, sure. Mother went to Helena for that tea for Gloria's swelling. Helena is an herbalist in the East Village. Helena is also a tarot card reader. To me, that stuff is all black magic. Psychic healers, readers, palmists. I'll have to talk it over with Gloria.
I know, Jim.
So tell me, where's divine intervention when you need it?
I don't know. I ask for it all the time. I'd better go get your mother out of that bar before I find her looking like an oyster somewhere under a bar stool.
Now that's a pleasant image.
No, it's really not. I'm serious. I've seen it before. It's really quite disgusting. Your father's seen it before, too. She's been getting more and more out of control. He won't even go out in public with her anymore. He simply refuses to deal with the problem.
You think she has a problem?
A problem isn't a problem until you admit it's a problem. Then there's an answer. Your mother is rapidly coming into the second stage of alcoholism. God help her. Have a good day, Jim.
I had no idea. She always looks like she's in such perfect control.
Well, look again, Jim Dandy.
Dr. Ford exits.
See you, Dr. Paul. And thanks. Janice, hold my calls for the afternoon, please. Oh, hi, Glory. It's just me. Sorry I had to hang up before. You're probably at the bus stop by now. No real message. I'm going to leave here early today. See if we can take Andrea over to your mom's house. We need to talk again. Let's go listen to some jazz with dinner, huh? Hey, we'll go to Blue Lou's. A little atmosphere can help the spirit once in a while. In fact, I've been thinking, honey, we should do more enjoyable things together. We should go to theaters, clubs, dancing, like we used to do. We used to be so in touch with each other's hearts. Lonely, you used to say. See you in a few. I love you. Heaven help us.
Jim sighs, then drops his head into his hands. The lights flicker to the sound of thunder. We see a cloudburst transform the surrounding sunny view into a tempest. Through the glass walls of Jim's office, we can see the lightning create freakish images amidst the city skyline. With a sudden thunderous crackle, the lights go out completely. Jim sits alone in the darkness.
My God, the darkness seems comforting these days. Maybe it's because all I want to do is hide. Oh, God, you know, I haven't really talked to you since grade school. I go to church to make the appearance. I know I'm a fake, and I know I'm a lousy son. I try to tolerate, to love my mother, but I am a loving husband, and I'm trying to be a good father. I've always been an honest businessman and a good student. Well, I don't have to tell you. You know all about that BSci exam freshman year. But ever since then, you know, I am honest. I do believe in you, sir. And I believe that you can hear me, Lord. You gave us a beautiful baby girl. My God. Why didn't she come with instructions?
Jim's sobbing subsides, and after a short pause, a loud creaking sound like a door opening is heard in the silence. A faint image of a human figure enters, humming the tune "There's No Business Like Show Business." It finally settles itself on the couch opposite Jim at the desk.
Did someone come in?
Yes.
Janice? It doesn't sound like you.
No, Janice went out for a smoke break before the power went out. I planned it that way. She's stuck downstairs because the power's out. I mean, come on, she's a smoker. You can't expect her to do the stairs. Oh, baby, she'll drop. Give her time for one more ciggy. She's always been a loyal.
Hey, wait. Who are you?
I'm voice messenger Tony, but let's keep it informal. My friends call me VT. Yeah, sure, just call me VT. You can call me Tony if you like, but I'm kind of fond of the name VT. Actually, my entire title is VT-901M, drone of the 87th Precinct of the 7th Division of the 3rd Legion of Illumination. Well, it's just known to you people here on Earth simply as Hope. But in my neck of the woods, it's a big production number. I'm a founding member of the Brotherhood. We started the Legion of Hope. It's an immense process. It's kind of like putting together a Broadway musical. Say someone starts with an idea. They put it on paper, then they submit it to an agent of light. If the agent likes it, then they send it to a theatrical agency. They test it out, kind of like a stage reading. Then we have some really great actors up there. But of course, we train them well, since this is their true destiny in life. And it gets tested out at the regional theaters. We tried starting a similar program here with Eugene O'Neill. Or are you too young to remember? Pardon me if I ramble on. Well, anyway, hey, I could go on and on about O'Neill. I'm nuts about O'Neill, but then again, I am partial to him. Eugene O'Neill was the best. I was his guardian for a while during his guard period when he needed hope. I actually had quite a few actors, composers, and playwrights in my charge. Gable, Monroe, Mozart, Wagner. Oh, that man was a virtual genius. But wild, oh baby, I've got stories that... now there was a dandy. Oh, sorry. No offense, Jim, dandy, but you know, you're my first producer. Well, I know. You're not really a producer. You're the vice president of this massive theatrical agency. You're also very blessed because you're a very focused individual. You know just who you are, straight from the heart. No deception here. Sheer honesty. Now that's just dandy, Jim Dandy. We appreciate that. Your sincerity makes all the difference in the world. Yeah, I've got stories though, but that's not what I was called here to do. My mission this time is to help you. I'm here to help you make the right decision. So, Mr. Jim Dandy, I bring you hope. You made a call to the heavens, and ta-da! Here I am.
Is this for real? I mean, will I be able to see you when the lights come back on?
Oh, sure. I can pre-select the same manifestation type you have. In fact, my body seems to be telling me that it needs food right now. Have you had your midday meal yet? Oh, please say no. I can't wait. I've just been dying to do lunch at Sardi's again, and I haven't been in there in so long.
Well, I was going to take my wife out.
Oh, come on. My treat. Call her and tell her to meet us there. Oh, please, please, please. Oh, I wonder if the old crowd is still there. No, just who am I kidding? Most of my friends are nothing but memories with their faces plastered up on the walls by now. This concept of time, it's such a strange dimension of life. Past, present, future. It really distorts reality. I wish you people would transcend it already, you know? You're the only ones left in the whole dang galaxy, correction, the whole universe that still live in the silly bondage of time. I can't wait till you guys and dolls expand. It will really make travel so much easier.
I'm sorry, did you say expand?
Yes, why?
Is our planet going to explode?
Heavens, no. I mean, when you and your fellow human beings need to expand your consciousness.
So we can eliminate time, you think?
I know that we can transcend time. Time is fourth dimensional. Time doesn't exist beyond the fourth. There's no time in the fifth or sixth or the seventh dimension.
Well, why not?
Why not? Why would it be? There's really no need for it at those levels. Let's just take, for example, where I live. Sixth dimension? Well, that's where I'm at usually when I don't have to travel. And I know that we're not supposed to complain, and believe me, I love my job. But let me tell you, this travel's... Well, when you're accustomed to a stable home life, as soon as I get comfortable with things, there they are again, sitting in my mailbox. I can smell airplane tickets a mile away.
You need airplane tickets?
Oh, honey, I'm cute. But I can't get around on good looks alone, not with the prices these days.
Airlines running to the sixth dimension. I can't believe I sat here this long listening to a lunatic. Look, is this a joke? I don't know who you are or where you came from, but I do know one thing. Get out of my office.
I'm sorry. I ramble on too much. I'm used to life in the fast lane with the old theater crowd. You know the types. If I do it again, just stop me. I'm sorry. I come on much too strong. I'm way too dramatic. I'm so flamboyant. Sometimes it's a problem. I simply take it for granted that everyone will be attracted to me at first sight. Oh, I forgot we were in the dark. Oh, that explains the rejection. I'm sorry. I wasn't exactly thinking. It's me. I get so distracted down here. It's so dense, visual overload, so much auditory stimuli. And that subway always zaps my energy. I always assume an empathic personality here. I pick up everyone's vibes and carry them around with me, so it's hard for me to stay focused. It's not you. I need to calm myself. I know why you folks have trouble here before. Sometimes it really gets hard to breathe. That's why I start and stop. It's all the discord. But I am sorry. I'll begin again. Oh, if my acting teacher could just see me here now. He used to say, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Focus within and let your soul lead you in the dance of life. Listen to me, I leave gaps and I don't explain things. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. I'll try to stay on track. Please, allow me to begin again. I beg you, let's start from scratch. I'm sorry. Oh, one more thing. Please don't shout anymore. It's useless and it really rattles my fibers, and then I have trouble picking up your auditory vibrations. Anger is useless. It's wasted energy. You could send me away, Jim, but you can't harm me. See, I haven't totally materialized yet. I will if you decide to accept me. If you can rise above the ordinary patterns of your negative thinking and the circumstances that you're facing, you see, you called for help. You made a call to the heavens for hope. Hope is manufactured in the sixth dimension. That's the realm of rhythm and balance. Right now, most human beings are sort of stuck between 4 and 5. Some more enlightened beings like yourself, along with a lot of other creative artists, have already transcended the 5th. You're now moving into the 6th.
What dimension are we in now?
Literally the 4th.
Well, I thought you just said that most people are in the 5th.
Human evolution is moving through the 5th.
But I'm in the 6th?
We're struggling to get through the 5th. You've outgrown your need for patterns, just like the caveman lost his tail and started to stand straight and tall. Nice image, huh?
So what is this 5th dimension?
The 5th dimension is where all the trouble begins. You people get yourself stuck into these ugly life patterns. People think they're supposed to be like other people. They want to be the same as everyone else. That's the problem in a nutshell. Everyone is different. We're all one energy, but we need to express our allotted energy in our own aesthetic way. If you don't realize that, energy creatively, then you end up being destructive. Whether it be self-abuse, overeating, drugs, alcohol, violent crime, whatever. It comes out eventually. Oh, yeah, you asked about the airplanes. I'll try to stay focused. As I mentioned before, I live in the 6th dimension. We can only access the dimensional reality if you have 14th etheric circles in your stratosphere. Once I enter, I need to travel like everyone else. Am I making sense at all? It doesn't matter. Okay, Jim Dandy, can you arise to the occasion, or do you still want me to leave? In other words, sweetheart, are we going to do lunch at Sardi's or not? I'm starving to death.
Are you sure you're not a stand-up comic?
I'm sure. Come on, call Gloria. Tell her to take Andrea to her mother's. I can wait a minute longer.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. How do you know all that?
We're on the same wavelength.
Okay, I'll call. Cosmic being. This is really too weird. I must be dreaming.
Correction, Jim Dandy. You're not dreaming. You're finally waking up.
Blackout. Scene 3. Time, early evening, later that day. Place, Sardi's Restaurant, New York. It appears that Jim is sitting alone in a large booth talking to himself, although we can hear the voice of VT, who has not taken on a visible physical form yet.
I think that it would be a lot easier to introduce you to Gloria if you would be physically present.
There's no sense of wasting all the energy it takes to materialize if she's not going to believe in me.
Seeing is believing.
In the human sense, yes, not in the spiritual.
Well, we are only human.
I'm here to help you rise above, to raise your vibratory rate so that you can raise your consciousness. You humans do it every time you fall in love. Was there anything to see when you proposed to Gloria that night in the old Main diner on campus? You can't see love. Can you believe it? Give her a chance. I'll talk through you. I'll guide you on what to say.
Whoa. Are you saying you're not even going to talk to her directly?
I need to talk through you at first. Trust me.
She'll think I'm nuts.
She already knows that.
Oh, hi, Joe. Hi, Moria.
Oh, who's the babe slung on his arm?
She's an actress. It's his wife, Joan Moria Maxwell.
So why is she giving you the look?
I guess she has the thing for me.
Yeah, I guess so.
She probably thinks I'm sitting here talking to
I
myself.
wouldn't worry about that. Looks to me like she's fantasizing about something, and I don't think it's polite dinner conversation.
Hey, knock it off.
Doesn't he notice her flirting with you?
He's blind.
Oh.
Well, that was mean.
What'd I say?
You didn't say anything, but you were thinking, wow, what a waste.
You never thought that?
Well, hey. You spoke directly to me right away. Why can't you speak to Gloria?
The conditions were right. We were alone. The power was out. It just seemed appropriate to go for the direct approach.
I think you should speak directly to Gloria. She's very spiritual. I really think that she'll be able to relate to you right away.
Sure. And what if she freaks out? We're in public, Jimbo. My gut tells me to keep a low profile until she hears the whole story. She's got a free will, too, you know. She has to decide if she wants to tune into me or not. I'm not into the sensationalism like the nightly news. I don't need the ratings.
Well, then why did you come on so strong with me?
You made the call, baby.
So you really heard me talking to God?
I did.
Are you really a supreme being?
The term is cosmic being. I'm a cosmic being. Cosmic.
What do you look like?
Oh, you guys, so hung up on the physical. I can take on any physical appearance, but I'm really cute. At least that's what everyone tells me.
I can't wait to see what you look like. You have an intriguing voice.
You should hear me sing. My funny Valentine.
Wait, that sounded like a woman. Are you a male or female?
Both.
Yeah, that's not funny at all.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, Jim, but it is the truth. In fact, that's why I received your call about Andrea. Where I live, we're all exactly like her. Everyone's androgynous. In fact, that's part of my proposal. I want to take the three of you out to the 6th dimension, introduce you to a wonderful foster family for Andrea, and let her live in peace and harmony with her own kind. In exchange for this, we need you to do us a favor.
Oh, who are we and us?
Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again, speaking collectively. I'm referring to the Great Brotherhood.
Gloria appears at the booth, escorted by the waiter.
Hi, honey.
sorry, but you know my mom. Thanks, there's one here already. Holy man, the traffic was so bad.
Excuse me, sir. You did say 3. Would you still like to wait to order?
3? Who else is coming?
Yes. A few more moments, please.
Another brandy, sir?
Yes, please. And bring something for my wife.
Madam?
Oh, I never really drink anymore. I don't know.
Have something, Glory. Trust me, honey, you'll need it. It's going to be a wild night.
If you say so, Jim. Don't usually drink. Okay. Let's see. Have a white wine. On the rocks. Lots of ice, please. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Mhm.
Waiter exits.
So, who's coming?
But they're already here.
Jim, please. I'm not in the mood for a riddle. Your mother had me on the phone for almost an hour. I don't think I could stand to play any more word games today.
I have to talk with her. You know how I feel about it. She's not a part of us anymore. Well, she never really was.
Enough, Jim. Now, will you please tell me who's coming?
They are already here.
Just how long have you been drinking that brandy?
I'm fine.
Okay, please, just knock it off with the riddles. We do have something serious to discuss. I think we're going to have to look into private tutoring for Andrea.
What?
That new principal insists that Andrea see the school counselor. But then I spoke with the woman, and you can just tell she's really bothered by the whole thing. I'm not about to let Andrea talk to someone who's more uncomfortable about her situation than she is.
We can fight this, you know.
At what cost, though? Andrea will be the one paying for it.
The waiter returns and serves the drinks to Jim and Gloria.
Thank you.
You think the third party is still coming, sir?
No. Give us a minute or two to look at the menu. We'll just
Yes, sir. I'll be back. Waiter exits.
You said they were already here.
They are? But it's up to you if they are staying. Okay. You'll have to help me here. You said you'd help me. I don't know what to say to her. I'm making a real mess here. Glory, you're never going to believe this.
Try me.
Okay. Now you said you'd help. Now come on. You've got to talk too. You act like this is all my idea.
Just let me know when you're talking to me, okay? I don't want to interrupt anything.
I'm sorry, this isn't easy. There's this cosmic being trying to speak through me. And it's...
What? Great. Okay. So now, on top of everything else, I'm going to have you institutionalized.
There is a high-pitched humming sound that seems to be coming from Gloria's wine glass.
Wow. Jim, listen. There's something funky happening with the ice cubes in my wine. It's wild.
It's not your wine. It's VT.
TV? No. They don't even have a TV on in here, Jim.
I didn't say TV. I said VT.
Well, that's what I thought you said. You think this is okay to drink?
Oh, sure. He's cosmic. I doubt that he has any germs.
Who?
VT. He's here with us now.
VT is here with us now.
Yes.
In my glass.
No, he's just doing that to get your attention.
I thought maybe he was microscopic.
I don't think so.
Well, then what exactly is he?
He's a cosmic being.
Well, what does it look like, Jim?
You can't see him?
Can you?
No.
But you can hear it.
Right.
It talks to you.
Yes.
Is it talking to you right now?
Yes.
VT.
That's short for voice messenger tone. My unmitigated title is VT901M, drone of the 87th Precinct of the 7th Division of the 3rd Elimination of Legion of Elimination. It's commonly known to us people here on Earth simply as Hope. That was VT talking. VT has come to bring us hope.
Well, we can sure use it now.
The waiter enters.
We're going to hold off on food for now, but bring us some coffee. Black, please.
No problem.
Thanks.
Waiter exits.
You think I'm nuts?
I think you had too much brandy. That's what I think, Jim Dandy.
VT says to look in your glass.
Look in my glass. Okay. I'll look in my glass.
It's white wine, isn't it?
Yes, it is white wine.
Well, look again, Glory. This time it will be red.
It turned red.
Now it's white again.
It is white again. How on earth did you do that?
I didn't do it. VT did. Now you think of another color. Then I'll name it as it just changes in your glass.
All right.
Blueberry.
Well, I always wanted to taste blueberry wine.
Go on then.
It's great. My grandfather used to make wine from blueberries.
Back on Harbinger Street, you and your cousin Chris used to sneak sips of it down in the basement. You've tasted it before.
How did you know that?
I didn't. VT said it.
What other tricks can VT do?
I am a cosmic being, not a sideshow. I came here to help you, to help Jim, and to offer help. A happy, peaceful life for Andrea.
Oh, no, I don't like this, Jim. This is too weird. It's like you're possessed.
VT is a cosmic being. There's nothing to be afraid of, honey. He's not a disembodied spirit. This is not at all evil.
It's not. How do you know?
I feel it in my gut. I was praying aloud today. My mother is forcing the issue of that operation again. Only this time, Dr. Paul says that Andrea should become an Andrew. Well, I broke down. And then when that storm hit and the power went out, VT just appeared. He says he's waiting for you to hear his proposed plan. But if you're not ready to deal with all this stuff, then he'll quietly disappear from the planet and never to return. It's up to you.
Up to me? Why?
He says that it takes Trinity to physically transcend time and space.
And you believe him?
Yes. And Andrea, well, he said that she was born sixth dimensional. Glory, you're a very religious person. I think we should at least hear what VT has to say.
No, you're reading too much Asimov again, Jim.
Glory, we can't just ignore this.
Well, why can't we at least see this creature?
I know. I'll explain it to her. He's not a creature. He is a being, a cosmic being, much like you and me. He is just more advanced. He has evolved from the self-conscious reality of life. That's where we are now, to the cosmic self-consciousness. Don't you remember reading to me about this in your dramatic literature class with Dr. Sokotov? These images would always come up in the sonnets of Francis Bacon.
And the works of Walt Whitman and Shakespeare and Dante and Balzac and William Blake.
Maybe it's not so far-fetched.
The waiter returns and serves their coffee and quickly exits.
This is too strange. I've got to go fix my...
VT says that if physical appearance will help you, he'll meet in the mirror in the ladies' room when you go to fix your contact.
Tell him to give me a minute or two. I need to use the facilities also. I prefer to do it alone. If I'm not back, call the police. No. Call Father Marcus. He might know a good exorcist.
Gloria exits.
Well, what do you think? Is there still hope?
Absolutely. Just wait till she sees me. I'll be prettier than your friend over there.
There is a brief pause after VT leaves. Then Gloria comes back in a tizzy, very distraught.
Jim, please, let's get the check and go. Now, honey. Now.
Oh, what's the matter?
There is our waiter. Where's our waiter?
Honey, calm down.
Coming over.
There's an offstage. Hello.
Oh, hi. Real good. Okay, same here. Okay, you take care now. Yes. Oh, you better get over to that bar.
I take it that's not VT?
No, it can't be. I know him. His name is Tony Dale. He's a drag queen at the Music Box on Market Street.
That's who was in there next to me in the mirror. He was putting on his lipstick, and then someone came in and said, "Hi, Tony," and winked at me. Well, I just ran out.
You didn't even wait for me, Gloria?
I can hear you now.
Yes.
Why did you decide to let her hear you now?
Ready for anything after that dose of reality.
Oh, are you really a being from the sixth dimension?
Yes.
Where exactly is it?
The sixth dimension, being rhythm and balance, has its sole purpose to restore the harmonization of life's energy. All of the beings in the sixth dimension are like Andrea. Everyone is androgynous. It's to avoid the male-female tension. I'd like to take you there to meet a foster family for Andrea. She can stay there and you can come back.
No way. That is my baby. I don't care if she is multidimensional, asexual, or underdeveloped. I'm her mother and I love her. No one shall take my child from me. Thank you.
BT asks that you resist aggressive tendencies towards him. He wants me to explain that was only an idea. We can all come back together. It doesn't matter. But his true mission, the main reason why he came to us, is because we have the ability to start a trend. With my family's notoriety, BT thinks that we will be able to sell a product for him. It's a small centering device, a violet-colored, triangularly shaped tube that glows when you breathe into it. It seems to capture the flame of the great life force within you. And then, when you look at the light of your own breath, it catapults you deep within your own life stream of consciousness, and then straight into the harmonization of the sixth dimension. It's called the Emitem. It's a last chance for people of this world. Otherwise, man, we'll be just like the dinosaurs. He's even got a slogan for it already. If life has got you in a tizzy, and you find you're feeling dizzy, transcend the madness and the rush. It's time to still the outer self and tell the mind to hush. It's time to try the Vi-Tri 2. The Emiton calls your name. It's a multimedia sensation. It's time to stake your claim to peace, to love, to eternity. It will open the door to the sixth dimension, a new world order of rhythm and balance.
Wow. You should be working for your mother.
What about it, Glory? Are you in or out? Ready to take a little trip?
Sure. World peace? I used to have a dream in college. But I am not leaving Andrea there.
BT says that he'll leave that part totally up to us. He wants us to pretend to schedule Andrea's operation as soon as we possibly can. He wants us to get as much press out on it as possible. Call a press conference. And just as the anesthesiologist comes in, the three of us will join hands and VT will vaporize us to the sixth dimension. At which point VT will speak to the media, telling them where he has taken us, why we are going, and that we will be returning in 7 days with a product that will benefit all mankind and offer world peace.
Suddenly I am into this. I love it. It must be the humanitarian in me. It does sound like science fiction, huh?
Going to the moon used to be sci-fi too at one point.
Hey, ask VT if we can bring a video camera.
Sure. He says they have all kinds of strange electronic devices there that can complement our technologies.
Sounds great. Please tell VT that I'd still love to meet him in the mirror, if he still wants to make an appearance for me.
Huh. VT says he'll see you there with bells on.
Blackout. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Time, late evening, a few days later. Place, same as Act 1, Scene 1. A room in a major modern hospital. Gloria and Jim stand on either side of Andrea's bed holding her hands. VT appears as an aura with a spotlight at the foot of Andrea's bed.
So, Andrea, you think you're really ready to see what the sixth dimension looks like?
It sounds like it'll be really beautiful there. Is it really only one color?
Basically, yes. Many, many different shades, but all are tuned to the same range of frequencies. That way there's no color contrast. All colors complement each other. Everything is in shades of violet.
Why purple?
Well, it's the sixth color in the spectrum, isn't it?
Wait. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yep, it's the sixth.
Just remember, sweetie, if you decide to stay, Daddy and I will stay with you. We are not leaving you there, and no one is ever going to take you away from us.
Gloria, you don't have to be afraid. And your idea of someone hurting someone else is virtually impossible in the sixth dimension. Everyone and everything works with a true symbiotic system. Correspondingly, all thoughts are then automatically harmonized. Everyone dances to the same tune while in step with the song of their own personal creative heartbeat. There is no possibility of discord in thought, sound, or action.
So what you're saying is that no one ever makes a mistake there?
That's correct. More importantly, there is no evil in thought, word, or deed. Therefore, continuous happiness is the result. One of the fundamental cosmic laws explains that true happiness can only occur in a soul when he experiences the joy of another. Thus, no one would ever want to hurt anyone else. It's merely a self-evident fact.
That's hard to believe.
Well, there really isn't any evil here in the fourth dimension either. It's all a matter of false perception.
Now that's hard to believe.
There's only one presence, one power in the whole entire universe. The perceptible sins in the human condition are not commodities or entities of themselves. They're merely the result of lack. Simply the absence of good appears to be evil. It's like darkness and the deficiency of light. Through a constant process of affirming good, all false impressions of evil soon melt away.
That's just like a story that we read in school. This shepherd boy, his name was Isaac. And, well, he saw monsters in the clouds in the sky all the time. And this one day, a big, scary dragon followed him all the way home. He was so frightened that he ran into his house and he slammed the door and he pulled all the shutters shut. And when his mama asked what he was so shook up about, he told her that this image of a dragon came down from the sky and it's waiting for him outside his bedroom window. The dragon, it wants to eat him alive. His mama hugged him really tight and said that the dragon must first exist in his mind, and only then can it come into his world. She said that all he had to do is get rid of the image of the dragon inside his mind, and then it would just simply dissolve like smoke into the blackness of the night sky. So the shepherd boy tried and tried, but he couldn't clear the image of the dragon out of his mind. He cried, but he could still hear it roaring, even from inside. Suddenly, his mama had an idea. She decided to play her lute and sing a song for her son. Isaac knew the song really well. It was a song about Susu, the little singing blackbird that brought songs of joy to all the people that were sad. Isaac liked the song very much, and he sang along. After the song was over, his mama told Isaac to open the shutters and see if the blackbird was outside. Perhaps he's singing along with us, Mama said. In the spirit of fun, Isaac looked outside the windows. The blackbird wasn't anywhere in sight, but then again, neither was the dragon.
Just listen to the voice of innocence.
Well, that's a beautiful story, sweetheart.
It really is, honey. And you tell it so well.
I got to read it out loud in my class because I made 100% on my reading test. Miss Rafferty says I read better than anyone.
Oh, children amaze me.
All children are born with divine wisdom, for that is from whence it came.
But still, you can't tell me that evil doesn't exist in this world.
Sure I can.
Well, you can say anything you want, but
I can prove it to you. In fact, that's the grand design of my whole plan here today. Once everyone is assembled, when all the press people and the hospital staff are gathered here together, I will speak to them. First, I will explain my presence and then describe the event that is about to take place before their very eyes. Reason. Given mental preparation well in advance, their minds will be more willing to accept the event as actual fact. Then, I will explain why you're going and describe in detail what you're about to bring back, telling them how this supertronic emitron will act as an automatic self-centering device to regulate the flow of life's current and reestablish the natural balance of positive energy for them. Oh, you guys, it'll be fantabulous. It's weird. I think I'm sensing that someone might try to stop us.
Who?
I thought you said nothing could go wrong.
And that's in my dimension. We're operating in your dimension, remember? I just can't control all the variables here. You guys have to help. So just keep focused and we'll have a great show.
What's the signal?
It'll be this sound.
Why is everything like a show to you? Is nothing sacred?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound uncaring. Really, I do not. I care quite a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken on this role, but all the world is a stage. We all have parts to play. The Greeks said it best. They believed that the purpose of the theater was to entertain, to educate, and most importantly, to exalt the human spirit. To exalt the human spirit. Now, isn't that just splendid?
You mean that you had a choice to come here?
Sure, that's one of the cosmic laws, free will. Besides, even in the sixth dimension, there's always another out-of-work actor ready to pick up the job.
Jim, I'm not sure I can go through with this. This is our little girl. These are our real lives. We seem like nothing more than freaks in a stupid little sideshow to him.
I trust him, Glory. I have this feeling in my gut. I think we have to trust him.
Mommy, come here. Please don't cry. I trust him too. And besides, I really want to go really, really bad. I think there's something there for me.
I'm just afraid of losing you, honey.
What do you always say that I'm made of, Mommy?
Love.
Well, if I'm made of love, then I can never be lost. Love is all around us, right, Mommy?
You are so blessed. So very blessed. I do thank God for you, sweetheart.
You're the best mommy in the whole wide world. BT, would you make that signal noise again? I want to make sure I know the cue.
Well, I don't want to upset your mother, Andrea.
No, I'm okay. I have to keep fighting my insecurity. I know in my heart that it's right. Go ahead, VT. I'm sorry. I got all, I'll stay focused, I promise. Do the signal, please.
Upon hearing the signal, the three of you have to form the triangle necessary for teleportation. So, Jim, you stay where you are and hold Andrea's hand. Then just reach across the bed to take Gloria's hand. The same with you, Gloria. Stay on that side, holding Andrea's other hand, and then just be ready to receive Jim's hand on the cue. Oh, yes, each of you. Be sure that one hand is palm up and the other is palm down. That way the energy transfer will be complete.
It sounds like batteries in a radio.
That's exactly right, Andrea. She really is advanced.
What do you mean?
She far surpassed the usual puny human intellect. That's one of the advantages of the synthesis of the sexes. You receive the best of both worlds in the mental capacity, then that advances your spiritual awakening process at a much faster rate.
Glory, you didn't happen to mention any of this to my mother, did you?
No, why?
You don't think Heather would have, do you?
She's not even going to be here. I tried to reach her, but she'd already left. A National Explorer sent her on a 2-year assignment in the Yukon Territory.
Grandma Lee? Why can't Grandma Lee come? She'll be excited. She always says how she just wished she could disappear.
Oh, yes. Well, she doesn't really mean it. That's just her vanity.
Mom, Dad, don't be mad, but I told her to come today. She was asking me all sorts of questions, and she said that she already knew about the operation and was just waiting for a personal invitation from me.
It's okay, honey. Don't worry about it now. If she shows up, we'll just deal with it. That's all.
That's probably the negative vibration I'm sensing.
Jim moves downstage with VT.
So, what do you think my mother will try to do?
It'd be better if we didn't even think about it because of what would be released. We have to keep our focus on only the positive. Jim, you don't realize what a great service this selfless act will be to all mankind. The accumulation of discord, even in the houses of the just and the holy, have brought about the great distrust here upon the earth. Therefore, the majority of mortals are still searching externally. Their attentions have been thwarted to find themselves in the things of the material world. They have been lured away from the truth with talismans and charms. That's why they like watching movies and television. There's no real interaction. There's a big disadvantage to all of this inert activity. The pools of life, energy in their own souls become stagnant and thus contaminated. The pond has become muddy. The stream is stopped up and the water of life no longer flows freely. People start reacting violently. They're no longer in tune with the creative, so they become destructive.
So you think this self-centering device will work?
It's our only hope.
So I don't know if people are ready for this.
They weren't ready for the light bulb either. Most people thought that Thomas Edison was a crackpot, but it only takes a few believers to get the ball rolling. Masses won't be able to wait to get Nemeton into their hot little hands.
Your advertising strategy is brilliant, VT.
Well, what do you want? I'm a veteran New Yorker. Come on over to 33rd Street Cafe. I'll buy you a nice cup of coffee.
You know, before you came along, I almost thought that I'd forgotten how to laugh. You are a real character, VT. Is everyone in the sixth dimension like you?
Now tell me, Jimbo, was that intended as a compliment?
No, it was. I love your sense of the theatrical. Truly, I admire it. It's very refreshing.
Glad somebody does. You know, Gloria had me a little bit shaken there tonight. I almost thought that we were going to lose her.
Well, that's because you don't know her as well as I do. It was the thing you said the other day.
Oh, I got too deep, huh? I always do that. I turn people off with that. I know it. I blew my last assignment because of that same problem. I was working with Henrik Ibsen, you know, the Norwegian father of modern drama. It started with ghosts. We had a great working relationship together, then all of a sudden, bang! Too much too soon. The result was Hedda Gabler. She wasn't supposed to kill herself, you know. In the original draft, she transcends to the 21st century. She becomes an ascended master under the... I'm sorry. There I go, going off on a tangent again. Tell me what I said to upset Gloria.
I know that she got the impression that you think that Catholicism is metaphysical pabbling.
She's sincere in her beliefs. That's a rarity in any religion.
She thought about joining the convent in college until I came along.
I'll talk with her. Thanks for telling me. Sometimes we see so much of the grand scheme of things that we miss all the small details.
She'll be fine, don't worry.
Jim and VT crossed back upstage.
Well, ladies, it's time to say goodnight.
I got permission for us to stay overnight.
VT, are you heading out, or what are your plans?
I think I'll play Guardian Angel for the night. Survey the personality action around this place. Scout out the vibrations, that kind of stuff.
It amazes me that you never sleep.
Neither does Rust.
Well, Glory, I guess I'll be sleeping in the small lounge. Good night, sweetie pie. I'll see you in the morning.
Night, Daddy. I love you. Mommy, can you finish reading chapter 5 tonight?
Oh, well, I'll stay for story time. I'm such a good reader.
Sure, sweetie.
This part of the story is all about the magic of Christmas.
Okay, what are we reading here? Story of a Soul, the autobiography of Saint Therese of Lisieux. I love to hear Mommy read.
Chapter 5, After the Grace of Christmas. It was December 25th, 1886, that I received the grace of leaving my childhood. In a word, the grace of my complete conversion. We had come back from midnight mass, where I had the happiness of receiving the strong and powerful God. Upon arriving at La Buissonnet, I used to love to take my shoes from the chimney corner and examine the presents in them. This old custom had given us so much joy in our youth that Celine had wanted to continue treating me as a baby since I was the youngest in the family. Papa had always loved to see my surprise from the magic shoes, and my dear king's gaiety increased my own happiness very much. However, Jesus desired to show me that I was to give up the defects of my childhood, and so he withdrew its innocent pleasures. He permitted Papa, tired out after midnight mass, to experience annoyance when seeing my shoes at the fireplace, and that he speak those words which pierced my heart. Well, fortunately, this will be the last year. I was going upstairs at the time to remove my hat, and Celine, knowing how sensitive I was, and seeing the tears already glistening in my eyes, she wanted to cry too, for she loved me very much and understood my grief. She said, "Oh, Therese, don't go downstairs. It would cause you too much grief to look at your slippers right now." But Therese was no longer the same. Jesus had changed her heart. Forcing back tears, I descended the stairs rapidly. Controlling the poundings of my heart, I took my slippers and placed them in front of Papa and withdrew all the objects joyfully. I had the appearance of a queen, having regained his own cheerfulness. Papa was laughing. Celine believed it was all a dream. Fortunately, it was sweet reality. Therese had discovered once again a strength of soul which she had lost at age 4.5, and she was to preserve it forever. On that night of light began the third period of my life, the most beautiful and most filled with graces from heaven. I felt charity enter into my soul and the need to forget myself and to please others. Since then, I've been very happy.
Gloria closes the book and turns off the lamp.
Good night, Andrea.
Yes, a very good night indeed.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 2. Time, early morning the next day. Place, same hospital room. VT's physical image of light passes through the first rays of morning sun streaming in through the window. Jim, snoring, tosses a bit, but is still sound asleep in the chair. Andrea has the covers pulled up over her head, and Gloria rests peacefully on the cot next to the bed. VT quietly rehearses his speech for the press.
So, you see, as responsible journalists... No, you're right. That will offend them. Okay, I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, please know that right here in this very hospital room today, these people, the dandies, will be rendering such a tremendous service to all of mankind. With their faith, with their sincere trust in the assurance of divine appointment, these 3 human beings have offered their very life energy for the accomplishment of this mission. The product that they will be coming to test is known to us in the 6th dimension as an emeton. In its basic formulation and formulational structure, it could be considered analogous to piccata.
Andrea, still under the covers, struggles and starts having a nightmare.
Mama, Dada, Mama, they hate me. They really hate me, and it really hurts so much.
It's okay. It's okay, honey. It's only a dream. It's okay, Andrea. It's only a nasty little dream. Mama's here for you. Mama will always be here for you.
Mama, I love you.
I love you, sweetie. Now get some more rest.
Andrea rolls over. Gloria rubs her back.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring don't shine.
Gloria's humming slowly fades into silence, then she carefully gets up off of Andrea's bed and climbs back onto the cot.
Let's see, what was I? Oh, yes, the emeton. In its primitive essence, you could say that is the opposite of time. Keeping device here known in the 4th dimension to most as the clock. No, you're right. This isn't working. The first man to know who I am, where I came from, if they can trust me, if I'm armed and dangerous, you're absolutely right. We shall start at the very beginning. I am part of your destiny. No, that sounds intimidating. My name is... I am Voice Messenger Tony. I've come here to help humanity. I'm a cosmic being from the 6th dimension, but let's be less formal. My friends call me VT. Actually, my entire title is VT901M, drone of the 87th Precinct of the 7th Division of the 3rd Legion of Illumination. Well, it's just known to you people here on Earth simply as Hope. We, as life forms, are to manifest the creative energy. We must be creative. Trying to squeeze your spirit into someone else's pattern is not creative. And if we're not being creative with the energy of life, then we're forced to be destructive. The arts, especially the performing arts, is the process in which we can perfect the human form. Alas, the classical Greek theater said it best. Theater is to entertain, to educate, and to exalt the human spirit. Let's examine that.
Let's not.
Rest well?
Yes. Ooh, a bit cramped, but I can usually sleep anywhere. My mother used to take us to meetings when we were kids and told us to sit in a chair and not to move. We had no choice but to fall asleep sitting up. You get used to it.
I was just trying to explain about...
I know, I heard you.
I'm not sure what to address first.
Now, why don't you let me introduce you?
Well, that's an idea.
You have to remember who they are. It's the press. They're not very deep.
Okay, but I'd still like to tell them about the sixth dimension.
Yes, go ahead. Rehearse. Remember, keep it in relatively understandable terms.
Oh, okay. In the sixth dimension, in order to keep all vibratory rates balanced, every person, place, or thing needs to be pulsating on the same color frequency. Violet is the sixth color of the spectrum of natural life. Hence, everything in the sixth dimension is in shades of violet. Even the air is colored violet. It's similar to a huge aquarium. All life moves, and has their being in the same universal substance. Thus, harmonious activity can be accomplished and regulated within a plan of symbiosis that...
You know, you were really good up until that symbiosis part. Too deep.
Deep?
Absolutely.
But life is a symbiotic relationship. How can they not be aware of the fact that...
Look, violent crime, drug abuse, overpopulation, sexual addiction, slander, lawsuits, and you think they're aware of their oneness?
Good point.
Tell them what's in it for them.
Right. The self-centering device that the dandies are going to bring into your world here and now will empower the process of raising your vibratory rate. The benefits of raising your rate not only includes greater awareness on the cosmic level, but also you will find yourself happier, healthier, and fulfilling all of your determined desires.
Excellent. I'm telling you, BT, you've got a career in advertising.
Hey, maybe I should use my New York accent.
No.
I think I'll go back to the scientific approach. Let us first consider the human structure. Each cell of your body is like a little furnace. You take in fuel from the substances that you ingest. It then combines with oxygen to give off the heat and energy that becomes the power source of life manifested. The emiton.
Yes. Concentrate on the emiton. People always like new gadgets. Tell them it will help them lose weight.
I can. This new self-centering device will help you turn within and rejuvenate yourself so that you can function at 150% efficiency. Welcome to renewed perfection in mind and body. Human error will become a thing of the past. Mistakes can be costly.
Yes. Put a price tag on it. That's the way to sell it.
You don't think they need to know how it works?
Well, first you have to arouse their interests. Only then can you keep their attention. Now, try to explain how the emiton works.
The unilateral physical conditions.
Keep it simple.
The emiton is a small handheld device that operates on the gas emitted from the breath of the human body. Much like the principles of neon light, the emiton becomes illuminated when the gases of the breath intersperse within specific molecular structure of the triangular cylinder.
Stay away from words with more than 2 syllables. Go on, continue.
When the individual life form...
Be direct. Just tell them what you mean. Just tell them that you mean them.
May I continue?
Well, you asked for my assistance.
Discretion is the key, Jim.
I'm sorry, continue.
When the individual life form then focuses on the light of his very own breath, he becomes automatically centered upon the operational energy level.
You're starting to get way too complex. You need to
stop interrupting me.
It doesn't get any...
Doesn't get any easier than this, Jimbo. Have faith in humanity.
Okay. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
Once completely still.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Once completely still and motionless in this centered state.
It's just that I know how hard it is for humans to concentrate. We get distracted so easily. I'm sorry. Go on with what you were saying, please. I'll be silent.
Once completely still and motionless in this centered state, the The vibratory rate can then raise itself to a more productive level since a large majority of its kinetic energy will...
Holy man, it's almost 7:30. The nurses will be in at any second. Andre needs blood work and some basic tests. We better run through the plan of action again before anyone comes in. And we better review that signal again. Holy man, I think I've forgotten it already.
Just stay calm. It's not the end of the world. Really, the world has no end.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 3. Time 1 hour later. Place, Andrea's hospital room. Dr. Ford stands at the window with his clipboard up like a shield. Leona hovers over him like a panther about to attack her prey.
My God, Dr. Paul, just who do you think I am? I mean, who do you think you're dealing with? I'm telling you, if you dare let one lousy, blood-sucking reporter in here to scandalize my family name, this hospital will not get that new wing in pediatrics. And if that new wing doesn't materialize, well, then I suppose Dr. Paul Ford will be standing in the unemployment line. How could you, Paul? We've been friends for years. The idea of betrayal from you. God, how could you? How dare you?
Leona, listen. Will you please listen to me? I am telling you the truth. I had absolutely, positively no idea that this operation was going to get to the press.
Headlines, Paul, headlines. And it didn't even happen yet. Don't tell me you didn't approve the press conference.
I tell you, Leona, I am so sorry. I did not know a thing.
Well, then just call the reporter, the press, whoever.
I can't call anyone now.
Then call out the National Guard. Listen, doctor, I don't care if you need to call in an entire staff to bar the doors. Those bloody news hounds are not going to get their chance to try to get their canines into my family fortune.
The door swings open with a bang. Jim stands in the doorway, very still, very silent, very intense.
You were listening. Jim, were you listening at the door?
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Jim, I don't know why in the world you'd be angry with me. I'm the one who should be angry at you.
If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring don't sing,
Jim, Coni, don't do this to me. My nerves. I can't take it. I can't take this kind of... Excuse me. I'll be in the smoker's lounge.
As Leona tries to leave, Jim grabs her.
Yes, Mother, I was listening. And for one brief instant, I thought that you really cared about your family. I know now it doesn't matter about us. You only care about your fortune, your money, your power, your empire. Oh, I thought maybe, just maybe, my mommy finally cared about me. I thought perhaps Andrea's unconditional love for you had softened your heart. But no way, not Leona Dandy. God forbid. Yes, I was listening, Mother. But now you're going to listen to me. You're not going to run anyone's life but your own. Not anymore.
Calm yourself, Jimbo. Calm and center yourself right here, right now. Operate from your true source. Deny the appearance of anger. It will take your attention away from the real work, from your divine appointment. Explain to her about who you are. Tell her about me, Jimbo. Operate from your source. Deny the appearance of evil. Recognize that creative energy of life within you. The love that surrounds us all. That's what it's all about, Jim. You know that. That's the truth. Share it with her, Jim. Love her. Just love her.
It's a big world out there, Mama. There's a lot more than reaches the eye. Mama, I do love you. I've always loved you. But this is something that must be done right here, right now. You cannot interfere. The press must be allowed to witness the truth. Can't stop them from coming in this room today. I have seen many things, Mama. We have to address the issue of people being so self-conscious of the perfection of the physical body. This is so wrong. We are here to perfect the whole life form, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual dimensions of our own life forms. Not just the body, My daughter is suffering, and many other people with handicaps will suffer until we face the music, Mama. There are children right down the hall, right here in this hospital, Mom. They faced cancer, and they've beat it. They've suffered third-degree burns, and they've suffered. But you know, Mama, when they get back out in the world will reject them. The world will tell them that they're not pretty enough. They're not physically perfect, so they must be ashamed of their bodies. Can you believe it? We're the ones that should be ashamed. We are the blind ones, Mama. Don't you think it's time we've opened our eyes?
You still love me? After how I've treated you? I've been a lousy mother. My mother was just like me. She used to hit us. My dad used to drink a lot, a whole lot. Used to come home every night, slap her around. They'd fight. But she got this rash from her nerves, developed into horrible skin disease. Her skin would scale, peel, and bleed. My dad said that he was afraid to touch her. Might rub off on him. It might be contagious. He called her the lizard lady. He used to laugh at her and tell her that she was so ugly she belonged in the circus as a sideshow. I really loved my mother. My dad left us for a while, but when he came back, my mom stopped talking to him, to us. She used to cry herself to sleep at night. He slept on the couch. I don't remember when it all started. I used to hug my mom all the time. I sat on her lap for stories. One day it was like she wasn't even inside herself anymore. She just wouldn't let us come close to her anymore. That's when I couldn't wait to get out of that house. There weren't any feelings left for the family. It seemed useless. All I could feel was pain. I guess I grew to enjoy it. It was better than nothing. I asked my dad why he didn't hug Mommy anymore, why they didn't sleep in their room together like they used to. He just ignored me. He was good at that. He pretended like he couldn't even hear you.
Jim holds Leona close. They are both sobbing. Leona starts to hum the Mockingbird song and then sings it. Dr. Ford quietly exits.
Oh, that was great, Jimbo.
It was, wasn't it?
Who was that talking, Jim?
VT.
The TV's not on. What's going on?
It's okay, Mom. Don't be afraid. I'm glad you're here with me, Mom.
When I heard.
Gloria enters pushing Andrea in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow. Hi, Grandma Lee. This is going to be really, really neat. I'm so glad that you're here with me. I love you, Grandma Lee.
Oh, that's what your father just said to me.
Hi, Mom. Wonderful to see you.
What's going on, Gloria?
Life is wonderful, Leona. Wake up to life.
Who said that?
What?
Don't you hear that strange voice?
No, I can't hear it now, but I've heard it before. We've all heard it before.
Don't worry, Grandma Lee. It's probably VT.
There is something strange going on here. Jim!
Something strange and wonderful, Mother. Something strange and wonderful.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 4. 2 hours later, Andrea's hospital room. Andrea's in her bed. The cot's been removed. Jim and Gloria are in their planned positions. Leona stands at the foot of the bed with Dr. Ford.
Oh my, I almost forgot. Ask the doctor to stay out of the room until you and Gloria are finished talking to the press.
Why?
I'll start asking medical questions. He'll steal the focus, believe me. We need to keep the whole room still so nothing can go wrong.
What could go wrong?
Just do it.
Dr. Paul, I have a favor to ask you. When the press conference starts, when they are all cramming into the room, I think we're going to get quite a crowd. So would you mind waiting out in the hall just for the beginning?
I really must represent the hospital, Jim. Someone has to be responsible
I'll
for
do it.
What?
What?
I said I'll do it. I'm the president of the board. I can do it. That is, if Jim wants me to stay.
Oh, you bet I do, Mom.
Well, then I can wait outside at the desk. I need to review a few charts.
Well, thanks, Dr. Paul.
I'm glad to see you and your mother like this, Jim. It makes me very, very happy. I'll let the guard send the reporters up now. If you think you'll need me, I'll be at the main desk.
Dr. Ford exits.
Okay, hurry. Places, everyone. That's theater slang for everyone get into the place that we rehearsed.
I knew that. We do plays in school. We just did Robin Hood, and I was Robin.
Deals from the rich and gives to the poor. What a wonderful theme. What do you think, Leona?
Now who's being cruel?
I'm joking.
Where's that funny voice coming from?
Funny? I like my voice, thank you very much.
His name is VT. He's a cosmic being.
Oh, what?
I told you that you would never believe me.
Can you see him?
No, but you will after we go.
Where are you going?
You wouldn't understand.
Oh, but you do? I don't have to stay here and take this, you know.
Mother, why do you have to play the game every single time?
Game? Me? What about you? Cosmic people. Who's playing a game now? You think you're so smart. Well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gone to all those elite schools, Jim Dandy. I got us to the top. Your father is still floundering in the cesspool of life. He's stagnant. He throws his money away on beating our cause with no return. And he takes trips to Peru, to Stonehenge, to the Holy Land, other idiotic places that end up costing me a ton of money. It burns me up to see that my son is turning out just like his silly father. I'm out of here. Gloria, I'm sorry. Honey, I'll see you later.
I don't think you will.
Oh, okay, fine. Now turn Gloria against me.
My God, Mother, why do you have to ruin everything?
Center yourself. There's no time for this. The press is here. Turn it around. Work from your source. Love her, Jim. Just love her. Let it flow. Don't think about it. Let divine wisdom speak through you.
Mother, please. No more questions. I'm sorry. Please stay.
I just know where you're going.
The sixth dimension.
He's telling the truth, Mom. That's the voice you are hearing? It's a voice messenger from the sixth dimension. I didn't believe at first either, but he proved himself to me. He's a cosmic being. We've all talked with him many times now, even Andrea. It's the truth. He wants to take us there so that we can try out this new product called an ematon. It's an automatic centering device that will calm people's fears and that will help better mankind.
Jim?
Mother, look. You believe in psychics. You've had readings. I know that you say that you don't really believe in it, yet something in your gut tells you that there is something more than this physical world.
Just do it for fun. I don't believe there's any truth to it.
Well, the truth, and I mean truth with the capital T, is that there is a much bigger universe, but it's not out there. It's in here, your heart and your soul. Science has proven that the very same rhythm that can be calculated in the farthest realms of our galaxies is the exact same rhythm that pulsates in a single cell. Mother, I know you're not religious, but just think. Every major teacher, thinker, poet, or philosopher focused on the truth within. Thoreau, Blake, Pascal, Bacon, Whitman, Mohammed, Buddha, every one of them ventured in and saw the light. Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. Why do you think the Zen masters sit still in silent meditation? The psychic stuff is still fourth dimensional. It is confined in time as we know it. And the problem is that we are still seeking outside ourselves to find out who we are. Once we step beyond that, then we can soar into the cosmos.
The reporters appear at the door. Jim welcomes them.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Before we open for questions about Andrea's operation or this new foundation that is about to change our view of human life, I'd like to share a little story with you. Less than a week ago, I sat at my desk sobbing in despair. I could not control the situation. So I started to pray. There was a thunderstorm, and suddenly, out of nowhere, I found myself talking to this cosmic being, VT. He is from the 6th dimension and has come here to welcome us and ask us to...
The reporters begin to grumble.
Get ready, time to travel. Here's the signal.
The stage lights come up full and fill the stage with a complete whiteout. The stage lights stay up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the harmonic vaporization of 3 very loving individuals. They will be the pioneers of the new cosmic conscious reality. They have gone to test market the Emiton, a new self-centering device that will bring humanity out of its misery and into the natural inheritance of goodwill. In exactly 7 days, same time, same place, the dandies will reappear. With them, they bring hope. See you then.
An immediate blackout, followed by complete silence.
Dr. Paul! Dr. Paul!
Yes, Leona, I'm right here beside you.
Did you see what just happened? Did you see the light?
Yes, Leona, I saw the light.
What do you, do you think it's a miracle?
I'm not sure what to think.
Dr. Paul, what would you think if I said I'd like to start plans for that special project of yours, that special unit for rehabilitative aesthetics? You know, not just the new wing in pediatrics that I've been promising. The new concept, the idea that you had a while back, the one about finding new ways of helping people heal internally as well as externally.
Well, Leona, dandy. I would truly think that was a miracle.
A single chord is struck. The sound resounds and vibrates, filling the space with one continuous harmonic tone. It continues for what seems to be a prolonged moment of expanded time. The end.